Hello everyone, welcome to the video. Today's video we're gonna crush down how to win hackathons without coding. First thing first, whom is this video for? This video is for all those people who like creative thinking and who like to innovate and all that idea of going to a hackathon and creating something beautiful, and also for the people who develop or code, because this will give you some of the insights and new approaches and new perspective on how to create or how to innovate for the hackathons. We gonna enjoy this topic so much today because all this I'm gonna discuss is through my self experience of going through bunch of hackathons in last couple of years and also winning the bunch as well. Let's begin the topic right now. Actually, I spoiled the omelette a little bit. Anyway, let's begin the 5 tips to win a hackathon without even knowing coding. So the step number 1 is to understand what company is really looking for. Most of the times these hackathons are organized by the companies for their future plans, and they're looking for the solution which matches their vision. So it's very important to understand what company is really looking for. Sometimes you'll get the challenge or the brief for the hackathon in advance, but if you don't get so, it's always amazing to do your homework right. By homework, I mean go to the company's website, see their future projects, see the products they're launching, see their social media, maybe they're putting some blogs on their website, go through them and understand in which direction company is moving. It's very important because even if your idea is mind-blowing, out of this world and so good, but if it doesn't matches with the future vision or future projects of the company, the chances of you winning hackathons are gonna get reduced. There is one pro tip to the step number 1. All these hackathons have mentors. Mentors are the people who are working for the companies who are doing these hackathons. So it's always a good idea to go to them and ask them questions. Ask them about the numbers. Let's take an example. If the hackathon is about healthy food service, like delivering a healthy food service or something like that, go to the people, the mentors who work for the company, and ask them, how many customers do you have? What is the age group of these customers? How is the market? How much money are you earning? You might not get an accurate answer for these questions, but while you have conversation, these people also tell you other things around the topic because they know the company better than you. So you often end up getting really beautiful, amazing hands-on insights about the company, which is always amazing because you can apply it in your ideation or in your solution. Actually, I'm heading to my office, and to tell you all these hacks and tricks, I'm walking. Otherwise, usually I go by bike. My workplace is super near, and now we are going towards that. And we're gonna talk about step number 2. So the tip number 2 is to understand which is your target audience or which is your target to design or to make this innovative solution for. Usually the hackathons might give you the target audience for your solution or your challenge, but if they don't, you have to figure it out by yourself. Let's take the example of the same healthy food service. For that, maybe they have asked you to make an innovative solution for the millennials. So now you know you're gonna make the solution for the millennials. It's always good to create a persona. If it's getting too technical, I'm gonna quickly make you understand what is persona and how are we going to use it. Basically, you imagine one particular boy or a girl or a person in that particular target. Let's say we have a persona named Rita. Rita is a girl. She is in the range of millennials, so let's say she is 24 years old. Then you start describing her and how she is. This will help you to understand the behavior of your future service users, and it's amazing because once you know the persona, you're gonna create a quick customer journey map. Again, if it's getting too technical, basically you're gonna see the story of Rita from morning till the evening in the context of your service. For example, you're gonna say, so Rita wakes up super late because she is a lazy person. Now she doesn't have time to prepare her breakfast, so she is going to grab something from a supermarket or from a cafe, like take a brioche and cappuccino and go towards the lecture because she's already super duper late for her university. Now, as you proceed to understand the whole day of Rita, you're gonna have this journey of Rita through the day. And this is very important because once you have the whole journey, then you start looking for the pain points. Pain points are basically the points where Rita needs some solution, or points where if we design something, it's gonna make Rita's life way better. For the same healthy food context, if you see, if she's getting up late and she's not able to prepare her breakfast and she's running towards the university, that's the pain point we should focus on, because there maybe we have some sort of offering to provide her to get her healthy food at right time. This is just an example. So this was tip number 2, to understand your target, to understand their behavior, and this leads to what people call user-centered design or user-centered approach towards innovation, because here you are innovating based on needs of the real user or needs of the possible user. Well, just like Rita, I'm also getting kind of late for my work. Okay, that's where I work. I am a service design intern at Deutsche Telekom. I'm at the office, and before I begin the work, I'm gonna give you tip number 3. Also a mini tip in between, that you're gonna work in the hackathon so much that you'll forget to drink water. And this is one of the key elements. Drink water as much as you can. Just keep drinking water because it keeps your brain fresh and doesn't get you stressed so much. Anyway, apart from that, tip number 3 is connected to tip number 2. So tip number 2 was to understand your target, and towards the end of that tip we talked about pain points. So tip number 3 is titled as turning the insights into opportunities. So pain points are basically your insights from the study you did on the persona or the target user. So now you understand which are the pain points of this person or of this user who's going to use your service. Now it's time for you to understand these insights and turn them into opportunities. At the same time, you should also consider the insights you received from the step number 1, where you studied the company and talked to the mentors. So from those inputs, you have to take all those insights and together start to convert these insights into opportunities. And the best way or a designer approach towards doing it is to frame a design challenge, what we usually call how might we questions. For example, for the same healthy food service, our main insight was Rita is super lazy, so in the morning she's not able to prepare her own breakfast and she's just running and picking something in a supermarket or a cafe. That's your insight. So the how might we question would be, how might we offer Rita healthy food in the morning seamlessly so she doesn't have to worry about it because she's lazy, as per how we have designed this persona. And these how might we questions will help you come up with the innovative solutions. One thing we are not mentioning till now is that in hackathons you will be having a team, so you will have a bunch of people from different backgrounds, and this is the opportunity where you start the conversation with the how might we questions. So everybody puts their inputs and your table is going to be filled with a lot of ideas. So before we go into the step number 4, I really have to go back and start working, and I will give you the step number 4 while I have lunch. So after that amazing lunch at the market, we have Wednesday market near our office. Now it's time for the step number 4. Actually now it's time for the ice cream, but I think before ice cream we're gonna do the step 4 of our ongoing How to Win Hackathon Without Coding series. So the step number 4 is prototyping. Actually till now we did not talk about coding or developing, but in the step 4 you have to show whatever you develop in the ideation process in the step 3. So you can use the prototyping apps which are available, which are like Marvel or InVision or XD, which is like experience design by Adobe. You can easily use them. They are not super difficult. You just have to create your prototype, like the screens of the app, as most of the hackathons will ask you for either the app for the phone or some sort of a platform on the desktop. So you can easily make the screens in some basic applications like Illustrator or something, and then import them and make a prototype. In this step you have to be very careful, because the people who are developers and who can code will be developing the prototypes which will be real mock-ups. So the jury will be kind of leaning towards those prototypes, but if your idea is amazing and out of the box, you can still make a good impact just by having a really nice idea and a very basic but neat prototype. I think that's all for the step 4. I'm now gonna get an ice cream. So that was my visiting card which printed today. And for the people who are new on this channel, I am Suyog, also known as the Fun Indian Guy. That's what my channel's name is. And I'm a designer, musician, filmmaker and all that stuff. Anyway, let's move to the step number 5. The last step, the crucial step in winning any hackathon. It's presentation. I'm not going to tell you how to present because everybody has their own style and own kind of performance on stage while they deliver or while they present the whole idea or the concept. So we are not going into that, like how to present in this video at least, but I'm gonna tell you what we are going to consider when it comes to presenting. As we have already followed step 1, 2, 3, 4, we are going to implement all those things in your presentation. So when you present, step number 1 was knowing the company. So when you present, show the number, show the insights you got from the company, because the jury and the people from the company will always appreciate that you understood the vision of the company, and it will add a good value to your overall presentation. The second thing was knowing your target. So show that you worked on a user-centered approach. Show that in your presentation in a couple of slides so the people will understand you also considered the user. The third one was showing them the pain points and turning them into the opportunity. The thing is, when you show all this process of how you came to the final solution, it solidifies the reasoning behind your proposal, which gives you a step ahead in this whole presentation game. So do consider all these points, and the fourth point was prototyping, which we'll have to show anyway and which we discussed before this point. So if you touch all these 4 points in your presentation and deliver a really nice prototype, it will be easier for you to win that hackathon. But you really have to consider the vision and the requirement of that specific company. Anyway, right now I'm on the terrace of my office. Here you can see like a nice skyline which is not so prominent of Berlin. Like there is a TV tower. Anyway, you stayed till the end, so I'm gonna give you a bonus point in this whole 5-pointer how to win hackathon without coding video. The 6th point, or the bonus point for the video, is showing them the competitors. If you get time, I know the hackathons are always in the group, so you always have people around you. So maybe you assign somebody, or you yourself start also researching what competitors are doing in the same zone. Like if it was about healthy food, you can see who are the competitors in that scenario, in that context, and what they are doing. And if you add at least 1 or 2 slides about what competitors are doing and how your solution is different than their approach and how it adds value to the company, it is going to benefit your presentation. So these were 5 to 6 points about how to win hackathon without coding. If you understood, we are not coding anywhere in this process. I have given presentations and I have been to the hackathons, have one couple of them without coding at all, or without even having a developer in the team. So if you are not a developer, you can still go through this approach and try to get through the hackathon. At the same time, if you are a developer, as I said in the beginning of the video, you can always add some value and you can change the approach or a perspective towards approaching a hackathon. That's it from this video, guys. This was like the first video of the new series on the channel called Innovation 101, where I'm gonna talk about all this hackathon and designing and how to innovate and all this core design, user-centered approach and design methods and all those topics. Don't worry about the names. We're gonna simplify it so that it will be easier for you to consume. Anyway, that's all for today, guys. I am very happy that you stayed till the end. Thank you so much. In the end, the tagline of this channel is don't forget to have fun, because having fun is not an option. I'll see you when I see you. Ciao, ciao.